Hi there, I've had a comment about the music being quite distracting in this video, so here's a version without the music.
Preference is always something with a gun.
Okay.
So everybody that knows what to game with, they go, well, we're not doing anything with it.
With a pointy stick.
We're not doing spear chucking.
No.
You know, we're gonna do something with a gun.
More dangerous.
And, oh, absolutely. Yeah, really this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
That's it. Must be.
These are Ian's, you've missed a bit.
Hi, so I'm here with Dave and Ian from Pendraken, and we're going to run through their favourite 5 from their Wargaming world. So Dave, you're working at Pendraken, and tell us, what do you do?
So I'm one of the casting operatives, so I tend to deal with various things, but animals is a speciality particularly. I do all the animals that are here, which are surprisingly popular.
Oh, right, okay.
And then there's also American Civil War and all the new sci-fi ranges particularly, but we all help out and do different things. So.
Brilliant. And how long have you worked here?
18 months for me.
18 months.
18
well,
months.
A new boy.
A relative new boy. And, I've also brought the age average in the casting room down a tad.
Good stuff.
I'm the youngest in there.
The youngster and the new boy. Yeah.
I'm the youngster and the new boy. So, yes, indeed. That's me.
Yeah, I'm Ian. I've worked here as a casting operator for 4 years. Started when I left the chemical industry after 40 odd years there. And like Dave, I do various casting things. I tend to specialise more in the ancient range, bit of the Renaissance range like feudal Japanese, Elizabethan, medieval, but we all help out and do anything depending on the orders. You know, if there's a mad rush on one thing, we'll all hands to the pumps and get that done.
Lovely.
All the pumps.
So Dave, you brought along something from your early days,
something
barely
from my
hidden
early
by the
days.
green cloth.
Barely hidden. Well,
what do you have?
Being a gamer of the 1960s born vintage, I think it's the fairly classic one, which is Airfix.
Airfix is a classic.
And so starting out with, I made my first kit when I was 6, with the help of my dad, and then I also ended up. As the various ranges expanded, work your way through. I mean, when you end up getting an Airfix catalogue and you're ticking your way through what you've got, you know, and going, oh, this, and this. It didn't help, though, that when I was walking to school on a morning, there was a model shop in the village we lived in.
Oh, dangerous.
And it had a 1/24th Spitfire in the window.
Oh, gosh. Those were...
I finally bought one last year.
I was going to say, when we were kids, those big scale things, they were just dreams, weren't they?
They were.
You'd sort of see the price of them and think, there's no way
was that ever going to happen. But I did treat myself to one.
Oh, brilliant. And have you assembled it?
No, it's not. Yeah. No, I have was nominally a retirement stash because I retired after 40 years in the communications industry.
Right.
And I had a year off, and then I started here because Liam wanted some help and been a customer of Pendraken for ages. And,
and
he's a
wanted
good
that
guy.
Customer discount.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like working in a War Games crack den. So yeah, it's a good old Airfix for me.
Brilliant.
It's fond memories, and I still have a stash in the loft for when
excellent.
I finally retire.
Excellent.
If I ever do.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And Ian, what have you brought along for us?
Well, it's not from my very early days, because my very early days was like, got into wargaming when I was about 11, because the senior school I went to had a war games club, the sixth formers ran it, and it was all Airfix and stuff like that. But got to about 18, my interest sort of changed into cars, rock music, and
as it does,
women and alcohol.
Yeah. A familiar story.
Not so much with the cars nowadays, but still the rock music.
And the women and alcohol.
Well, wife and alcohol.
Let's keep that correct.
Yes, politically correct. I'm too old to chase other women. I'm never chasing them. They took the run too fast for me. So I got back into it in '96 when my son was born. Just a roundabout way where I was working on Wilton. It was at the time Wilton site near here was a big chemical plant. You used to be allowed to smoke in the mess rooms.
Right.
And I started getting a lot of styes in my eyes. And I went to see my doctor, and the doctor sort of said, well, it's because of the smoky atmosphere. So I said, right, I'll have my lunch in the workshop. I always built models, so I had the model car I used to do when I was on my lunch break. And I had this service engineer come down to help us. We were having a problem with an analyzer. And I opened my tool lock, and there's this BMW kit half assembled, and he started looking at it. I thought, he's got to take the mickey out of me. So he starts chatting, and he said, "Oh, well, I'd do this," and he started telling me about Games Workshop. I'd seen the shop in Middlesbrough, but I'd never been in.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, that's interesting. Well, I went. And they got me back into the hobby. I did it for a few years and kept a few figures, but got to about 2010 when they started going through this time of every 6 months of changing the codexes and the rules are getting changed every year and the prices were going up. I just thought, I'm not buying into this anymore. And Historic was always been a bit of interest, and a friend of mine had picked up the Flames of War starter set.
Yes.
So, this is interesting, but we started playing it, didn't like the rules.
Yeah.
Got hold of a copy of Rapid Fire, and that became my go-to period.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, we play a lot of Rapid Fire at the Deal Club that I go to as well.
Yeah. So that's it for the first lot.
Brilliant. So, what do you have for us for your favourite period?
So, favourite period's an interesting one for me because I don't have really a favourite period.
Right. Okay.
My preference is always something with a gun.
Okay.
I don't. That everybody that knows what to game with, they go, well, we're not doing anything with
a pointy stick.
We're not doing spear chucking.
No.
You know, we're going to do something with a gun.
Yeah.
But generally like quite a lot of World War II, and I guess this falls into another category later on as well here because it's a recent project has been to build an Ardennes table.
Oh right, okay.
15mm one, and you might go, why don't you do 10s? You work here, but we already have quite a few of us at the club we're in, which is the North Riding Wargames one. Already have stuff, and like most groups, you've got 10s, 15s, 6s, 28s.
Oh, yeah.
Within doubt, we'll do it in all 4 scales.
Absolutely.
My latest project, which was part of it was a World War II Ardennes table, and what do you need for the Ardennes? You could say it's going to be a King Tiger, you could say it's going to be, SS units, Americans, etc. No, I went for the fog.
Brilliant.
Because it was certainly something reading about. It was middle of winter, you've got all of that. And it's turned into a brilliant gaming mechanism for us.
So how do you use that as a gaming mechanism?
So it obviously blankets the table, so it reduces your lines of sight and visibility.
So do you have it sort of patches like this? Or
absolute patches. The whole table can be covered in chunks. And the last table I did was 12 foot by 6.
Wow.
At a 15mm. Because Ian knows that there's no such number as one.
We don't do things small in the North Riding Club.
Go big or go home. So I have. This was a mere small section of a couple of bags of cushion filler,
right?
Which is all sprayed up, and then literally, I came up with a mechanism using a pack of cards, which was, if it's a red card or a black card, the player could remove an area of fog as directed by me as the umpire. How big they couldn't remove a 3x3 area, but it was like, there you go. Or if it was in the valley or on the top of the hill, etc. And that entire thing, the last game, we had a tiger running around trying to find the fog to hide in, and it's going, this is getting silly, but the play was absolutely brilliant. Because people were then trying to go, was it going to be an American person turning the fog off or a German player? We'll take the bit off over there, and it became an absolute mad game, but it was really good fun.
It does sound fun, and it does sound like the players would have had some really interesting choices in there.
You could see people scratching their head going, well, it's easy, I'm going to take one off over there. But actually, do I want to leave that one on here? Because, well, I know it's blocking me, but the thing is, there are 2 opportunities in a turn to remove fog, and it could be 2 German, 2 American, 1 of each, or the opposite way around. The American player's taking it off in the German turn. Or around the other way. And it became quite a tactical game around what's going on with the weather on the table, which was really, really good.
I love the sound of that. That sounds great.
Absolutely. Utter madness. But, I have a habit of coming up with these oddball rules.
Brilliant. And do you ever take them to shows or anything?
A few of my games have been to shows at Partisan for the Sudan collection I have and the Vietnam collection.
Right.
I'll be back at Partisan this year for the other Partisan in October. There's a bunch of us from the club going down, and we should be running my Vietnam game.
Oh, great stuff.
Yeah, and I've already said I don't do small. I've just got the the spooky gunship kit to build.
Oh, right.
Bearing in mind this is 28mm stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I can't possibly do a 148 spooky gunship, so I don't think anybody does one. But the 172nd one's got about a 3-foot wingspan, and that'll do nicely. No such thing as one.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ian, what do you have at your end of the table?
Well, my favourite period's World War II is what got me into it when I started senior school. And then I got back into it. Friends doing like Flames of War, and as I said, 15mm. And then recently, Martin, who goes to our club, one of our friends, we were having a chinwag session. Probably started when we had the curry, the Christmas curry, and so I was fascinated by Barbarossa. I've read a few books about it. And then we hit on the idea, why don't we do it in 10mm? And then, as Dave says, do it big or don't do it at all.
Yeah.
So we've started. So both of us have got German and Russian. And we're hoping for when the Battleground show comes on, we're going to do it. And hopefully we see how big we can stretch the table to get it, because we've got quite a lot between us. And we've got, between members of the club, Dave's got a load for 10mm trees and things like that. We can do a big game.
Yeah.
And with lots of tanks and infantry and stuff, and
Airplanes.
Airplanes, yes, Martin's got the airplanes. And
The airplanes.
Oh, that sounds spectacular.
The idea is sort of being sort of like, we'll have a river. Martin's got a wider river than this one, so do it with river crossings with assault boats at one part of the table, then another one that's sort of like fighting through a blown up city, and then in the middle it's going to basically an all-out tank battle, which when people come along like saying, "Oh, look, shiny tanks! Let's go and play with that." And it's fun. And with 10mm, you can get a lot on the table, and it looks impressive. And 28mm looks good, but I didn't really get into 10mm till I started here, and it was Martin that got me into doing 7 Years War. So I've got 7 Years War Army, and then we started, and this has been my project ongoing for about the last 8-9 months.
Yeah, there's something about the 10mm which gives you the ability to fight a battle, not a skirmish, a battle. Yeah,
and I just love the World War II armour. The Pendraken armour is, I've been a fan of it for years. And from when I a bit like yourself, I was sort of wargaming, and then I had a break from wargaming, and then came back, and when I came back, Pendraken was one of the first companies that I started sort of taking an interest in, and it was the armour. It was just such a thing of such beauty, and when you've got like a whole group of tanks working their way across the table, it just looks fantastic.
The old modern stuff that you haven't seen modern 1980s, but you can't be a big metal chieftain. I watch Dave casting them regularly and going, I still like it.
It's Barbarossa sort of thing. Martin got a set of like a campaign set of rules. Yeah. So we alternate between his house and mine. He's got a bigger table than mine. He's got 12'x5", I think is Martin's, and I've got an 8x4 in my garage. So we alternate. We'll have like the major battles at his house, and we're working way through this campaign. Now I've got so many turns doing the Germans sort of get to a certain point on this campaign, and I'm starting to struggle a bit now. Mainly for that I'm probably the worst dice roller in our club, but that's irrelevant. But and then
you can be relied upon to roll a 1.
Yeah,
there's always someone, isn't there? There's always every club.
Our sort of plan is once we've done that, we might do it again with me playing the Russians and Martin the Germans, or we'll move it on to 1942 and get some more toys to play with.
Yeah. Lovely. So we're on to our favourite tools and accessories now. So Dave, what have you brought along for us?
So, getting a little older in the tooth.
No, but you're the youngest at Pendraken.
I'm still the youngest, but my eyes are not what they were. Bearing in mind I've been painting toy soldiers since I was 6. But they may be a little worn out. Although to be fine, where I used to sit and fly a computer all day long, I think that did more damage to my eyes than anything else. It always seemed like it did.
Sure.
But I paint stuff from 6mm occasionally, 10s, 15s, 28s, 54s, 200s.
Yep.
My eyes need all the help they can get. So a good old classic quality Optivisor.
Brilliant.
So this is a 2x magnifier plate I've got on there, but I have a 3x as well, which you can swap over. That combined with really good daylight lights. I have 2 of them over the table, and that I can paint anything, I can see it all. But it's now got to the point I can't paint a thing without having that on.
Oh, okay.
So, and it just becomes natural to do you know, and it works.
Yeah, and it must be quite a fantastic look when you're down the disco as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, really this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
That's it. It must be...
These are Ian's, you've missed a bit.
Only one.
Yeah, so absolutely classic. Not the cheapest tool in the world, these. Proper optivisers from the suppliers. Yeah. There are other ones around, cheaper ones with a little light on. I did try one with a little light on, but I found it was too heavy because you had to have batteries in it.
Right, okay.
So exterior light and the good old optiviser. You can probably tell it's covered in paint.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to put it on the figures, not the optiviser, but sometimes.
Well, it's important to camouflage your tools.
Absolutely, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. So, Ian, what do you have for us?
Quite a simple thing, actually. Just a paint dish.
It's not a wet palette, at least.
No, it's not a wet palette. I used like an old kiddie's plastic paint thing.
Yeah.
It ended up getting covered in muck, and I was looking around and I saw a bit on, somebody put it on YouTube, getting one of these, and just lining it with kitchen foil, cheap kitchen foil. Yeah. Then you put your paints in, and then use it a few times and scrub the kitchen foil up in the bin.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Yes.
And it works really well because you put a few drops of paint in, a bit of your thinner, mix it up, and away you go. And it's been a godsend ever since I got it. It's just like, see, my family's quite good. They always want to know, like 2 kids and my wife, give us a list of what you want for Christmas. It's like, I'll have one of them. Put that on the list. And it's like trees. I mean, have all the little sort of trees on this table. They're all from my son. It's like Father's Day. He said, I got you. He got me Masters of the Air DVD. He looked enough. He said, oh no, I thought I hadn't got you enough, so I got you some more trees, Dad. So, thanks, son.
You never have too many trees.
Exactly.
Trees.
That's your mantra, isn't it? You can't have enough trees.
No, you always need more hedges. You always need more trees. You always need more fences.
And I think trees in particular, I think they look great when you've got a lot of them on the table, like you're seeing here. Yeah. You know, I think it does look good.
Yeah. It absolutely.
Yeah, it brings the table to life. I mean, I used to run Redcar Ironbeard's Wargames Club until COVID, when a lot of people moved out to another club that was in Redcar that run from gaming figures shops, so we didn't have the attraction, and we didn't tend to play Games Workshop or anything. We tended to just play historics. And during COVID, where we used to get our building, we used to hire the room. The guy suddenly decided he's going to make a cafe. Well, I live in Redcar, as if there isn't enough cafes in Redcar anyway, so we lost the venue. So then we just sort of drifted into my garage. There's only 4 of us at that point. And then one of the lads has now moved over at Newton Aycliffe, so he doesn't come. So there's like 3 of us. So it's just like 3 mates gaming now. But and we used to just put on,
until we dragged you into our club.
Yeah, I got dragged into your club through Roy. And I suddenly realised that sort of like I could do so much better with my hobby in wargaming, and sort of like, like even just like a club game did. They put on tables like this, and I just sort of like, well, the club I was in, it's sort of like a lot of the scenery was sort of like botched job, and it just
it's got its point sometimes if you just want to play. But
we were putting on games,
game
shows, and it's sort of like you're looking at it and you look at it thinking, we could do so much better, because I'm not the best modeller in the world, and we're sort of pretty much average, but I think we could do better if you could just get our finger out and do it, and that's what let us down as a club, I think, really.
Okay. So, Dave, what have you got for us for a stalled project?
Whether I ever have a stalled project is a good definition, I think, but probably I have a project that needs a bit of love.
Right. Okay.
Nothing's ever stalled for me. I have 3 or 4 projects. That's partly why I only do black powder and onwards.
Right. Okay.
So that I can have a few projects and I can go big and I can go deep with them. But the one that needs some TLC at the moment is the bootleggers.
Right.
So 28mm bootleggers, classic guy in his the bad guy in his Argyle jumper and the Irish cop.
Oh, very nice.
So I have
a lovely car, of course.
Yes, it needs a paint job because it is Salt Lake Accident Prevention Society, but it was picked up off eBay. It's perfect little 1/43rd scale kind of thing, I think. Possibly slightly bigger, actually. You never quite know what you're getting with some of those. No. I've got a couple of buildings for it. I've got a big theatre which is sort of done.
Right.
I've got a couple of brownstone buildings, but me being me, I've gone over the top, haven't I, as usual?
Yeah.
You know, and so I've got neon signs in the windows purchased
Oh,
from the model
brilliant.
railway.
Yeah.
You know, I've got the Shamrock Hotel, and it busy does that.
Oh,
But
excellent.
I've got enough to do. We did a game at Hammerhead a couple of years ago, just post-COVID, where we ran the bootleggers at a countryside distillery.
Oh, right, yes.
And that was a great little game.
Yeah.
Great little game.
And was it
with the cops.
your own sort of homebrew rules?
Yeah, they're very simple set of card-driven rules.
Right,
It's,
okay.
it depends who you go for the cards point of view, and I've got a simple A4 set of rules that are written for it, which are generally quite bloody. And
Yeah.
the guy with the Tommy gun's usually lethal.
Right,
So,
excellent.
so we do that, but what I have to do is actually build the town.
Sure.
So I've got the stuff. It's up in the loft at the moment, but I am offloading some bits to create some more space, because
Right.
just to make sure I've got enough room to store things. But our friend Martin, who we've already mentioned, he's actually now got some more buildings as well. So I think the bootleggers will be getting a little bit more TLC.
Oh, good stuff.
In due course. Figures are all done. I've got other vehicles. Just need to get some more nice brownstone buildings completed. He's also getting Chinatown.
Oh, brilliant.
What could possibly go Tom? Yeah.
So, Ian, what do you have for us?
Well, I was saying, I did Red Car Iron Beards, and my mate who used to war game with a lot. When Team Yankee came out, we thought, oh, that's a good looking game.
Yeah.
So we decided we'd get into it. I bought the British, he was going to do the Russians. Then my mate, as is his wont, sort of decided to go off on a tangent and buy the American Marine Corps.
Oh, right.
So it just, and then sort of like COVID hit, and it just sort of stalled, and it just sat in a box for ages.
Of course.
And then when I joined the Happy Crew at Northallerton, the North Riding Games Club, we were talking about it, and it's sort of like you had 7 days to the Rhine.
Yeah.
So got it all back out and started again, and it sort of just snowballed, and I had to ended up sold off a bit of it on eBay because
You did have a lot.
I think 20 chieftains was too many, because I picked them up from a deceased guy's brother who was selling off his stuff. But I've got enough of it to have a good game, and me and Dave played a campaign of it, and it worked well. And Bren, one of the other members of the club, is on about doing one day trying to organise
to do a really big game.
A really big game in the
He's
club.
doing Full the Gap, isn't he?
Yeah, a big game. So it's like lots of stuff. So I've got some chieftain marksmen anti-aircraft tanks at the moment on my modelling table that are getting ready for doing, along with some more of my Second World War. So it's a project that's sort of like that. Sort of thought, oh, it's going to go on the distance. I'll have to get shot at that, and then got revitalised and brought back to life.
You're going to need those anti-aircraft stuff, because I'm going to buy Gav's 12 hides.
Yeah, I can see the need for a bit of anti-aircraft. I do love that Cold War era, though. It's really good, isn't it?
7 Days to the Ride's been a really good game.
It has, it's been fun.
Basic game is really good, but there's tweakable bits on it, and there's a bit of support on the Facebook page, which is quite good. So, but just about everybody in the club now has got something for it, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
And it fits in with quite a lot of the 15mm terrain we already had.
Yeah.
So partly why we work here, it's 10mm.
Yeah.
But we already had the investment at 15 through Battlefront stuff, and I see no point in replicating it again and again.
Yeah,
but certainly if I was starting out again, I'd have 10s, but I haven't, and I've got a lot as it is. So that big 7 days game is going to look massive.
Yeah.
And besides, my French will probably rescue your British anyway, because that seems to be what's happening.
Yeah.
First time for everything.
Well, my French did very, very well. Especially Brendan, the game we played against Brendan.
Yeah.
Where he tried to capture the bridge and didn't.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So, recent project. I mentioned earlier on that we're going to Partisan, and I'm going to take the Vietnam project.
Yeah.
So the Vietnam project started in COVID.
Oh, right.
As a result of the guys meeting up for an online paint and chat. You know, just to keep ourselves going, etc. Martin and I were talking one night, and there was a sale on from one of the manufacturers at the time, just at the beginning of COVID. And he said, "Why don't we do Vietnam?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I've got some ideas. We can do that." Now I have a friend who's got a set of very large tables.
You're right.
Jerry, who used to run the Wargames Holiday Centre.
I'm seeing a theme coming through here. It's all large, big stuff. There's no. I'm not hearing a lot of talk about. Well, I've got a skirmish game with one or two figures.
No, it doesn't exist. No. So Jerry has 24 by 6 tables in his situation.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we could do a big game. We're going to need a lot of terrain, but it's not expensive. It's all aquarium stuff.
Yeah.
So we set about doing that, and as usual, things got out of hand, and a few of us have got it. Anyway, we played the big Vietnam game last year, didn't we?
We did.
Down there. Now you're going, well, what's under here then? Well, I like an oddball mechanism, as you may have heard already, you see, with the thing. So
I think someone was telling me that you do like an oddball.
Yeah, that's it. It is. So it's then the happy, sad, angry faces.
Brilliant.
The game is not automated in terms of what's happening. As an umpire, and I like to umpire, it's one of the things I do like to do. So the NVA and the VC are all run by cards or random events. So you would turn up at a village, and you don't know whether there's good guys, bad guys, and the definition of that depends on which side you're on, really. So we have the two dice.
Right.
So if you get 2 angry dice, you might just have found an awful lot of VC, and we don't know that as the umpire until the players roll. And of course, the beauty of it is the player rolls the dice themselves.
They've
done it to themselves.
Yes.
And I found these. I think I found them at Partisan on a stall a couple of years ago, and I've never seen them anywhere else. And I'm sure I could go Google them, I'll find them. But it's a brilliant little mechanism, for great fun for that one. And they'll be back out at Partisan.
Oh, lovely.
There where we run it. So Vietnam, my current project, if you like, that is the jungle's measured in litres.
Yeah.
So I have 2 35-litre really useful boxes of jungle.
Yeah.
Which covers an awful lot of space, and Martin's got the same. And we can cover an awful lot. But that's me. That's my latest one. Good fun there.
Yeah.
Now, this is a shock for the game club I deal with. This is for a skirmish game.
Whoa! Heretic, burn the witch!
There's a story behind it. Started off Dead Man's Hand. I quite like the idea, so I was fancied with Cowboys and Indians when I was a kid, so that I started buying it, got the wagon, I've just finished building that, and it's on my usual sort of Tuesday night mates game. The 3 of us play, we'll have a gang of like 6 or 7 cowboys or cowgirls in, and just play around the table with bits are in I've got. As Dave says, our club tends to, the North Riding Club tends to things tend to escalate quite a bit. And we had a cowboy game, the last meeting we had. There was 4 of us playing, and it was on the 12 foot by 4 foot table, and it was a town with gangs of cowboys rolling around, gangs of civilians, and it was a blast. It really was fun.
Fabulous.
And it just worked really well, and it's quite a good sort of bit of fun.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
My cowboy skirmish had 300 cowboys in it.
Yeah, I remember.
And 150 cows.
Yes, I remember that.
Quite the skirmish.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't do things by halves anymore.
No, indeed.
Brilliant. So, gentlemen, thank you ever so much for taking part. It's been really good fun. Now we're into our bonus round where you're free to talk about anything to do with wargaming you'd like to talk about. So, Dave, what have you got?
You wonder where some of the big game stuff comes from for me. Goes back to mid-80s, Wargames Holiday Centre in Scarborough, run by Peter Gilder, and then by Mike Ingham and Mike and Jerry, etc. And I got to know Duncan McFarlane there occasionally as well. And that comes back to Wargames Illustrated and seeing those fantastic pictures. That's what's always got me going to a table's got to look good.
Yeah.
I helped out setting up Duncan taking some pictures sometimes.
Right.
And that's what you're trying to cover all the bases and make it all blend in.
Yeah.
What does it look like, etc. And wargaming's always been about an aesthetic for me.
Yes.
It's got to look good. I can live with other things if it looks good.
Sure.
And that's, I think deep down I'm probably a model maker.
Right.
As much as anything. I like to do that, and I like umpiring. I like causing people problems.
Right.
But this for me was when I saw this Wargames Illustrated #1 came out. I'd had miniature Wargames which was out before it, but the standard of the pictures in this was better.
Yes. Yeah.
Considerably.
Yeah.
And I remember ringing up on the day this came out, talking to Peter Gilder, and he said he hadn't seen the cover of it, and I said, "Well, it's the old Irish Legion that were on the front of it, walking through the buildings."
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was like, well, I was booking up for a weekend down at Scarborough at the time, and that relationship, I'm still friends with guys I met on those Wargames weekends 30 plus years ago.
I think that's one of the great things about wargaming, isn't it? The fact that you make the social
Absolutely,
aspect, the fact that you make friends, and that you stay friends for so many years.
We
isn't
do.
it? Yeah.
We do, and then we start to feed off each other in one form or another.
Yeah.
And certainly when we went through the COVID period, which was a difficult one, we were meeting online.
Yes.
We were playing games, and I was using my phone to go around my cowboy town, and I had guys from America.
Yeah.
On a Zoom call, playing a cowboy game with me, you know, that I know, and I met those guys at Historicon when I went to Historicon the other year,
Right.
and we all met up, and it's that social element, but it was driven initially by the look at this, I've got that. I met guys at Scarborough, and it also really fed I need to make it look good.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, mine's again. It's sort of like going back to sort of like a bit of skirmishing. I'm not a big sort of spear chucker. I quite like the medieval.
I'm not a spear chucker.
I like the medieval thing and the Norman conquest and stuff.
Yeah.
And when Daniel Mersey brought out Lion Rampant,
Oh yes.
I was a member of the Middlesbrough Gamers Club at the time, and me and a couple of lads thought, that's a good idea, we'll start doing it. I will just do a 24-point each skirmishing. But like everything else, it
Spiraled.
It spiraled, not quite to the standard that we spiraled to now at North Riding, but we booked this room one weekend, which was when I was still at the Middlesbrough Club, and it was like 5 of us turned up, and we had something like 96 points aside. We had a castle, we had the full lot, and it just run really smoothly for the day. And the highlight of the day was one of my friends had the levy, which in Daniel's turn is sort of like you can't polish a turd, like 1 point infantry thing, and they got in some woods and they managed to take out anything that tried to come in and do it. They were the men of the match. They were just knocking the living daylights out of everything. They're just sort of like, this is my turn, it patch, get out of it type thing. And it worked quite well. So I've played a few times at North Riding with them. It's sort of one of these things that I don't think I'll get shot of. I've probably about 50 or 60 points worth of loads of cavalry and stuff, and all just sat in boxes and occasionally come out for a game, and it's a nice bit of fun because I like Daniel Mersey's rules.
Yes,
I've got like the Dragon Rampant one for the odd little bit of fantasy that I do, not so much now. I've sort of lost interest in fantasy, and Pikeman's Lament. I've got I've actually, it's probably the skirmish game that I've only got a small skirmish game because I've got just 24 points of each, so I've got like a cannon, pike block.
Hardly worth doing.
Yeah, no, but it's only a small game. Not many people are interested in English Civil Wars. It's just so I can just pick out something fancy game, something different. But then I've already got the army, so we go put it on the table. Let's go, and that's it.
Oh, lovely,
Absolutely,
great,
good fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, gentlemen, thank you ever so much
You're
for
welcome.
taking the time out this afternoon to join me and to run through your favourite fives and your items. It's been really interesting to hear you guys talk about your stuff. And thank you.
It's been interesting.